Have you ever thought about letting some people go in your life? I mean, not freezing them out, but just letting go. Think about it. Who would you let go? Why would you let go? And how dare you even think about letting go? Don't go nowhere. Be right back.
You can do it. Don't stop. Ed Montgomery. Come on. A new way of thinking. Transform your mind. Straight from the vine. Fresh new wine.
Hello, I'm Ed Montgomery, aka Dr. Ed, your host for Fresh New Wine, also your host for Sensational Sunday that comes on every Sunday morning. Every video drops every Sunday morning about 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, which is an extended, no, I don't say it's different. It's before a live audience. It's spiritual caregiving before a live audience. Fresh New Wine is expanding our thinking, talking about subjects that we may not talk about the way we would talk about in a kind of community setting. So make sure you take that moment, take this time right here, hit that like button, hit the comment button, let me know that you're here, where you're watching from, and also share this with some people that you like. Sharing means to say, listen, I'm going to share this with my friend. Somebody to say, hey, I hear what this guy is saying. And so I'm going to tell you what I'm saying right up front so you'll say, okay, that sounds good. All right, here's what I'm saying. I'm going to talk to you about pieces of a puzzle in your life that you do not need to hook up to. Have you ever put together a puzzle? And we would go to my last video, last Fresh New Wine, and actually you can watch the first three things. I'm talking to leadership. The first three things about leadership. And that last third thing I talked about was about puzzles and pictures and how to begin to build on the building of platforms. And I've built puzzles. And I could have swore that piece fit right there in that section. And I kept mashing on it, didn't fit. Kept mashing on it, didn't fit. Kept switching, go to and mashing on it. And then I'll start coming up with excuses. They made this wrong. It's the manufacturer's fault because it's the same color, it looks like the same kind and everything, and it don't work. And then somebody else comes up and says, try this. Then you take that, dry that, put it over there where the piece is supposed to be, lay it on top of it, and it just falls right into place. There are some things that you want to fit in your life. It looks like it fits. Act like it fits. You've even had some experience say, if I just shave a little bit off of this and turn around and ain't nobody looking, get my scissors and cut here and cut there, it will fit. I need this to fit on my puzzle piece to make my picture better. But ladies and gentlemen, if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. You know that slogan. If the glove don't fit, you got to quit. You got to let that go. And so one of the things that I've learned that has been tough for me, it's one of my toughest issues. And that is when you are building something. I talked about the first thing you have to do is be able to build your platform. And you start by building your own platform. Find a platform that you can stand on yourself. Don't try to get everybody else to stand on the platform. Don't get a platform that can only handle 50 pounds and then get 5 people who each weigh 100 pounds to stand on that platform because that platform is going to collapse. It cannot sustain the weight. So what you have to do is say, I'm going to have to take some of y'all off of here. And so those 5 people each weigh 100 pounds. That's 500 pounds on a 50-pound platform. Each one of them going to say, well, who you going to remove? Well, right now, because it's on a 50-pound platform and each one of you weigh 100 pounds, I'm going to have to remove everybody until I can go back and rework this platform. Well, call us. Okay, so you go back and rework the platform. Now the platform is able to have 150, and you call back the people, and so all of them show up again. Well, if it's a 150-pound possibility, and you got each one, all 5 that weigh 100 pounds, and I don't mean to mess up your math because I'm keeping that math in my head. That 100 pound, that's 500 pounds on a 150-pound capacity platform. You know you're gonna have to release something. You're gonna have to take off at least 1, 2, 3. You have to take off 4. Yeah, if you want to be safe. Because you put 200 on 150, it might work, but you're going to have it's a problem. And that's, what people do, and that's how they mess things up. So you're going to have to take off 4 people and keep only 1. Well, here's what's going to happen. Those other 4 people may ask the question, why are you removing me and keeping that one? And you've had to make a decision. What is that decision? Here's the decision you have to make. What does not meet or what does not meet the needs of your platform at this particular time? That's the question. Right now, in my platform, this platform I got me on it. And I built it, I'm at 100, and so I'm standing on something that's handling 150, so I'm good. Well, I'm going to keep strengthening this platform, expanding it a little, putting more girders in it, make it stronger to where I can build it up to maybe to handle 300. Now that I got 300 capacity and I'm at 100, I can add at least 200. That means if I got 2 people that each weigh 100 pounds, I can add 2 more people. Wow. Which 2 do I add? The other 2 may say, you don't like me, and they may be close friends. You might have family members that you don't want to use. You have to begin to decide who belongs on your platform at this particular time and who does not. And that is going to be tough because you're going to have to get out of your feelings. Wow. And you're going to have to ask yourself some questions when you're adding people to your life. You have to ask, number 1, if your vision is opening up and you're talking about the world and you're talking about how can I help my generation, the next generation under me, the generation beyond me. Because see, I'm just talking about how I think because that's what my goal is. My goal is the helping of generations. How do I strengthen the thought process of the generation that I'm in so that they can stand up and move thought mountains that are in the way of them, their children, and their people? So I have to ask that question. What person is in line with the vision of helping people? Or are they just, want to be here for themselves? Now, it's all right. There's nothing wrong with me taking on somebody that wants to be there just for themselves. But always know this. You don't know how long they're going to be there. And you can't fall in love with them because you know they're ultimately going to go. But you got to first of all start with somebody that's there with you for your vision. And not just your vision, but their vision lines up with you so that even if they move off, their vision is still connected in a sense to your vision. Oh, okay, I'm going to come back to this. Don't leave me. I'm going to come back to this. But this is the point in Fresh New Wine where I always stop. And I say, our world is cracking. I believe that we can actually stand in the gap in such a way that we can stop what a lot of people are saying happened to our world and happened to our society. Oh, America is going to fall apart. Listen, history teaches that countries rise and countries fall. But you know what? I live here, and if it falls, it's still on my watch. And I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that that fall, if it doesn't happen, is not as hard, and that my children and my grandchildren are going to be able to survive it and be able to have a parachute to be able to go somewhere else and do what they need to do. You know, this is why we give to things, why we give to educational platforms, why we give to ministry platforms. We're not just giving to increase the church budget. We're giving because we believe in the message, the spoken word that people are giving out. There are other things that people do that help the society, and we give to that. We help that, whether it's scholarships or all of that. But what this is about continuing to speak things that will shift our minds and cause us to think so that we are not pressed down by the kinds of thoughts that are holding us down. Not letting, doesn't want us to read certain books, don't want us to do certain things. So just let me say thank you for what you do and for helping me to keep doing what I do. Take a moment, text to give, 713-742-2035. That's 713-742-2035. And you can text to give, whether it's $7, $8, $9. It doesn't matter what the amount is. It's the fact that you take the time to do it. I will see it. I will look for it. And I will look for your name. Okay? I can't wait to look for your name so I can call your name and just whisper it and let it just move all in those other atmospheres. Okay? All right. Now, let me get back to what I was talking about, releasing certain people. I think relationship-wise, what we a lot of times look for, we look for people who we like, who say the things we like to hear, who do the things we like to see done. We look for those kind of people. But also there are people who have other visions in their lives. And sometimes there are people who look at you and look at your vision and say, oh, wow, you got a major platform. Look at that. Oh, God. You have a major media platform. I don't. I need what you got. You have a major platform where you know a lot of the movers and the shakers. I don't. I would like to have your list of movers and shakers. You have a platform where you have a lot of people on your email list or on your contact list or your likes, and who are those people? I don't have those. I would like to have those people on my list. So they ask the question, how do I get those things on my list? And they say, well, I connect up with your platform. See? But the question is, when you ask them, what is it? Why do you want to be here? Why do you want to be with me? And a lot of times the answer will be, well, I believe that you can help me to be better at this and help me to be better at that. And I just want to sit at your feet and I just want to learn from you. And if you will take me on, and I just want to be an intern and I can get to know what you do so I can be like you. And that's very flattering. But wrong answer. The answer is this. Here's what I think I can bring to help you do what you do. Even if that means I have to shift what I'm doing or change what I'm doing to help you. See, I always understand, selfish people will not change what they do to help you do what you do because there's something they don't believe. They do not believe that giving something gives back to them. So they believe that in order to succeed, they must take from you. And once they take from you, then that enables them to succeed, because after all, you have so much. You need to give some away. You have so much, give some away. And then they make the decision that where you need to give it is to me. So what they're saying is, hey, you can help me become this, you can help me become that. Well, the timing may not be right. And so what you have to do is make that first decision. In other words, why do you want to connect to my platform? Because there's one thing I can't bring in. I can't bring in poison fruit to my platform. Because poison fruit can mess with my other fruit. And and if not careful, that sap can start moving backwards and start going into my tree and poisoning my tree. And one thing we know about ancient texts, and one thing Jesus taught, and that is Jesus he wasn't that concerned about the fruit. Fruit grows. He was concerned about how messed up the tree was. When the tree is messed up, they curse that tree. They take the tree out the ground. So that's what you have to be careful of when you bring somebody on. How will this person affect the fruit in your organization? How will it affect the way that everything flows? Now, there's nothing wrong with helping people, but maybe their help needs to come from somewhere else first until it's time to reach the place where you can help them, where they can come in and say, I see something that you might be interested in. Here is what I do. That means they've already discovered a niche. They've already discovered something that they do that can help you do what you do. And then what you do can help them do what they do. Now, you got something that's beginning to fit together. You see what I'm saying? Now, the next part of it, and this is the last one, whether it's in relationships, we all want to be with someone that we feel connected to. And I think we all, we're living in America, Hollywood, be in love with somebody, be in love with us. And we like to be with people that we like hookups, connections, all of these different things. People need this and people need that. And so those needs can get in the way. But let me tell you something about relationships and about love and about puzzle pieces and connections and things of that sort. Some of your greatest connections are going to be with people that are right in front of you. You may not even realize it. They're right in front of you. And then there are people who you have not even met yet and are just like you. You're going to click. You're going to click just like that. And you're going to find out that their spirit and your spirit makes a connection. You can have a relationship with someone and you love them in so many other ways. May just not be no sex involved. Maybe that's not the catch. It might be that maybe you don't see each other every day. You might see each other twice every 6 months. You don't know. But the point is this. You got to look for those people that are looking for you. And some folk you're going to love, you're going to like. There was a guy. He was rich. He had a whole lot of money. Could have brought a whole lot of money to this organization and could have helped this organization go over the top financially. This man was called a rich young ruler, and the ministry he wanted to help was Jesus. And Jesus said, tell you what, bring what you got. Follow me. Give it to the poor. That's the mission. And the young man hit his head because he had a lot of money, but he could not connect with that platform that Jesus had. And the scripture says, and he walked away sorrowfully. And it says, and Jesus loved him. Which means that Jesus loved him enough not to say, hey, come back. In other words, Jesus wasn't looking for his money. Jesus was looking for him, and he loved him enough to let them go. You got to realize there are some people who are not going to be what they need to be until they grow a little bit, until they gain a little bit, until their eyes are open a little bit more. That way, you got to let them go. Why? Because you love them. Love them enough to let them go. The word this year is bold. I talk to people and they say, you know what, Dr. Ed, I meet a lot of people who say, I'm an educated person, but they talk to me and tell me, you keep flaunting your education, keep using all those big words. Or a person may say they don't like the way I talk, or they don't like the way I look, or they don't like the way I dress. Or, just a lot of things that people will tell other people what they don't like about them. But you know what I'm going to say to you? Sometimes you got to get to a place in your life that you got to get bold about who you are. Now, that doesn't mean you don't make changes. Hey, check an image consultant out. Hey, go online, see what the latest fashions are. Leaf through a magazine. Check some things out. Learn how to talk about things. Take some voice lessons. Do whatever you want to. Make some changes this year. But once you make those changes, let it be you that makes those changes. And once you're satisfied with you, then be the most extraordinary you can ever be. That's what I'm teaching on all this year. It's talking about the extraordinary I, the power of that true I of who you are. So take a moment and emphasize it, because giving makes a difference. When you connect your giving with who you are, it reinforces the power of who you are. That's right. It's not just saying, oh, I'm a nice person. You got to give something. When you give something away, whether it's a smile, whether it's a conversation, whether it's a pat on the back, it reinforces it. I want you to take a moment, make a contribution to what we're doing. I don't know what the amount is that's in your mind, but choose one. Might be $8, might be $10, whatever it is. Do it now. You can do it on your text to give 713-742-2035. But whatever you do it now, right now. We would be so eternally grateful, and it would make me happy. Thank you so much. I appreciate exactly everything that you're doing. Be bold. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, smash it, crash it. Let us know you're there.